Hello, and welcome to Clearing the Air. I'm Chrissy Clocker, Applications Engineering Manager at Donaldson. Today, I'd like to spend a couple of minutes talking with you about mitigating risks from fire and deflagration hazards associated with your dust collector. NFPA Standard 652, the Fundamentals of Combustible Dust, recommends mitigating fire and explosion risks through both prevention and protection strategies. There are many different equipment options and strategies that can be used to achieve these objectives. And while there are many factors to consider, I'd like to give you 4 things to consider when selecting mitigation equipment. First, what are the dust's characteristics? You need to consider the properties of the dust you're collecting. Information such as KST and Pmax are necessary to size explosion vents and isolation devices. If you're working with a combustible metal, you'll also want to review potential solutions to help ensure they're compatible for use with a metal dust application. And if the material is potentially toxic or hazardous, a strategy that keeps the material within the collector during an event, like chemical suppression, may be more desirable than one that releases material to the outside environment. Second, where is the dust collector located? Traditional explosion vents release flame and particulate into the area around the vent. If there isn't a safe location for this, you may need to locate the dust collector outside. Or, if the collector needs to be indoors, it may require additional ducting to direct the discharge through an exterior wall. If that's not possible, alternative strategies like a flameless vent or chemical suppression may need to be used. Third, how does the system design impact the strategy? If you intend to return filtered air back into the building, you may need to consider fire and explosion isolation strategies on the return air ducts. In addition, how often your process operates will impact how quickly production lines need to be back up and running following an event. The speed of recovery may require a higher initial investment, but may offer significant advantages if an event does occur. For example, consider the potential use of water sprinklers for fire protection, which may represent a lower initial expense, but after a fire occurs, you could have a significant mess to clean up, which could delay restarting your process. A CO2 or argon-based fire suppression system may require a higher initial investment, but it could help avoid the cleanup involved with a wet system, allowing you to resume operations faster. Cost is the final consideration. When assessing fire and explosion mitigation options, make sure to consider the initial and long-term costs of ownership. Passive devices are often less expensive, but active devices with detectors may provide you more confidence in the system. Most strategies, passive or active, require routine maintenance checks and servicing, so make sure to ask about the frequency and who can complete them. Documenting the hazards associated with the dust produced and handled in your process is part of the dust and process hazard analysis. Mitigation strategies are never one size fits all, so document your decisions and consult with your local authority having jurisdiction, or AHJ. For more information, contact us at donaldsontorrent.com. We'll see you next time on Clearing the Air.